Flagwave Studios, a Pat's Rocklight Productions presents Bykonen Philosophies and Theories. Warning: some of these theories may not be fact-checked, or may be based on science fiction, unless otherwise posted, so some episodes may contain science and facts and total truths. Some may be made up, so viewer discretion is advised.
Bykonen Philosophies and Theories, Season 1, Episode 3, Part 2, A True Democracy. This series may be in several parts, so you will have to watch Part 1 through how many parts we may have in this series. Thank you. Hello, welcome to another episode of Bykonen Philosophies and Theories. Episode 3, Part 2. Okay, we're going to start again where we left off, which was city or town. Excuse me. City or town. The next level is the city or town that you live in, or what city or town presides over your district based on your home address. If only makes decisions for the city or town, it goes no further. That basically means if your districts all decide that this is just for the city or town, it won't go no further than the city or town government. But if the city or town government unanimously decides it needs to go to the next level, then it will go to the next level of government, which would be the county. Has 4 government officials at this level, and is much the same as before, just added a few more elected every 2 years. Number 1 is mayor. Like before, passes the decisions for local city or town level. Number 2, vice mayor. Under the mayor, make sure that the government of the city or town is listening to the people of such city or town level. Sheriff, local city or town emergency and military-like services. Number 4, secretary of media, local city or town medias. City or town diamond senate systems, all of the districts who have their selected people join to inform the local government on decisions they have made. Larger cities must have their suburbs take their part and elect the same government for that area. Then goes to the county. That means suburbs are going to be separate cities or towns than from their mother cities. If you live in a larger city and you live in a suburb of that larger city, your suburb is then your local city or town. They will have the same exact people elected every 2 years. Okay. Once they have, let's see here, where did I leave off? Decisions. Now it goes to the county or the county seat level. This is the county in which you live in. Whatever city or town that you live in, whatever that city or town, whatever county it presides over, that it's located in, is your county seat. Okay? Okay, so we still got time, so we'll go ahead and go to the next level will be county. The next level of government is the county that you live in. If you live in a city that is the county seat, there will be two separate governments. One for the city and town, one for the county. Some cases, the state capital will also be not only the county seat or the city that you live in. If such a case, three governments, separate governments in the same area. On a very rare chance, if quadrant government is on all three, then a new quadrant capital will be located somewhere else. That means if you live in a city that's not only the state capital but the county seat, and the government decides, or everybody decides, hey, we want the quadrant capital to be here. Then the higher governments are going to be like, that kind of isn't right. Let's move it here, like somewhere else, because then you guys, you're going to have four levels of governments, and that isn't really entirely too right, because people are going to be like, well, I don't live in a city that has 3 to 4 different government things. And not only that, it helps prevent corruption and everything else. Four separate governments in that city may form decisions at city or town levels. Goes to this level. If this level of government can't do decisions, goes to the next level. So if they can't make decisions on the county level, then it goes to the quadrant, or to the state level. State level. And if then the state level cannot make decisions, they say, well, this isn't an issue just for our state, then they will send it on up to the quadrant. And if the quadrants decide, well, this isn't just for one quadrant, or this isn't, we need to bring it up nationally because we're having the same issues throughout the quadrants, so then it goes up to the main levels of government. Okay. County government can overthrow any city or town government, but one city alone cannot overthrow a county. Cities or towns join, majority can overthrow that county or go to the next level of government, which would be the state. There are 4 government offices at this level, elected every 2 years with a majority of popular vote. That means at any level you have to have a popular vote. If you're running for district leader, you have to have the most popular vote of that district. If you're running for mayor, you must have the most popular vote to become mayor. Even low levels of things like the media levels, you must have the most popular vote to become a government official of such and such positions. Now the lower positions, like lower secretaries of the sheriff or the mayor might have lower secretaries, or the vice mayor might have lower secretaries. They will also be elected, but they won't be every 2 years. They will be every year, more likely. The reason for that, it gives everybody an equal chance to vote for somebody else if they don't think that leader is doing the right thing. And also the overthrowing, you can overthrow any official if you don't think they're doing something right. Overthrowing basically means that you can overthrow excuse me, any government official at any levels of government. That means you can overthrow the president. if you wanted to. If you don't think a person is doing his or her job at any levels of government, you and the citizens of the nation can overthrow any government official. So if you live in your district and all of the people in your district do not like your district leader, you guys can get together and say, and talk to the Diamond Guards and say, hey, we don't like our district leader. He's not listening to us because, we're telling him our stuff and he's ignoring us completely and just telling, the city or town that, everything's fine within my district. It doesn't work that way. If the citizens do believe that they're being duped or they are being, they're being overlooked by any government official, they have the right to join together and overthrow that government official at any levels of government. Okay. County Secretary, person in charge of county which you live in, passes decision for county level. Number 2, Vice Secretary. Under County Secretary, make sure the government is listening to the people of the cities and towns within the county. That this person makes sure that everybody's being listened to equally in every city or town. Even if it's one city or town that's saying something different than the rest of the cities or towns within the county. Because majority always rules. This city or town can be like, hey, this county isn't listening to us. And then they'll tell their sister cities within that county. And they'll get together and be like, this isn't right. So they can basically they can overthrow all the county seat government if they had enough evidence. Okay. County General, person in charge of emergency or military-like services within the county. County militaristic ops must have the majority of the people of the county's approval. That means if they have to have a militaristic operation or anything like that, they must have approval by the majority of the people within that county. So if the army's like, we want to build an army base within such and such city of such and such county, then they must, bring it up to the county people and they must then distribute it against the people. And then they make the decision. County Diamond Senate. All cities or towns within the county have the selected people inform the county government on a decision they all have made, verified by the city or town secretary of media. If counties join together for a militaristic op, then must have approval by state government and by majority of people. So even if one county says, we want to, invade Poland, then all the counties within that state must join together and have a majority that says, yes, we want to invade Poland. But even though the state approves of it, doesn't necessarily mean that the quadrant will. They might bring it up to the quadrant, and the majority of the citizens within that quadrant might say, no, we don't want to invade Poland. So majority always rules. It doesn't matter. One state might say, I want to invade Canada, and the other states might be like, you're freaking crazy. So in that case, that state might say, well, they're ignoring us. Each state does have their own separate constitution still, and each county also has their separate constitution, but one state alone cannot decide, I want to go invade Poland, because each state still just only has a National Guard. So they wouldn't really have the resources to invade Poland or invade Canada or whatever have you. Emergency services like natural disasters can have inter-county help or even national help. That means at any city, county, or state level can help any city or county or state in need. But foreign cities, counties, and states must have approval of the majority of the people at that level. So, let's say, for instance, there's a certain county in California that's had a major earthquake, or bad snow, or whatever have you, and they're declaring an emergency. So, let's say the citizens of peoples of such and such county in Florida say, hey, we want to help this county in California. So then they have to bring it up. They have to not only the county has to join together. They must convince the other counties within their state, and then the state must say, can we have permission to send help to this county, or to this county. And then if it goes on, and then the quadrant says, yeah, go, the people of the quadrants don't have no objections, and the government has no objections, that means all the people of the nation, then they can send supplies, or people to go help. That can go for fires, floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, anything like that. Any city or town can inform their next level of government. Even a simple city can join and be like, we want to help this one city or town. It could be a whole county for all we know, or they can just simply help just one town. If it's one city, they could say, we want to help the city rebuild. So then they have to bring it up to their next levels, and if they say, yeah, if all the peoples of the next levels of government and so on and so forth say, yeah, we don't have no objections of you helping this city or town, then it goes on. It goes to the same thing. If you want to help a city or a peoples overseas, then you can, basically the same way. If you need actual, like you say, well, the government should help starving kids in Africa, then you have to actually convince, not only the people within your district, you need to convince the people within that city or town that you live in. You need to then convince the county level. You need to then convince the state level. You need to then convince the quadrant level, and then you need to convince the national level. You need to convince every level that hey, we should go help these people in this in Africa. County messenger, a person in control of the county media. Okay, we're going to stop there. We're actually running out of time right now. The next level is going to be state. And I'm going to tell you guys something. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't fret. Don't be like, oh, this is a stupid question. Please always comment them below. I won't care to do follow-up videos and answer any questions that any of you may have. Okay? Always, together, we can change humankind and improve ourselves. Please like and comment below. Thank you.